Good morning, afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Today we're going to address a problem that a lot of people seem to be having a problem with, and it comes up in my comment section and other people's comment sections all the time, and it's just how do you scribe in to a section of your van where it's all over the place. And it really is dead simple. I'm going to be using one of these. This is a profiler. It's a scriber. It's got a little wheel on the end and you can put a pencil in there. Now, I've used this in loads of different videos, but we've never actually done a video showing you exactly how you use a scriber. And people keep asking me all the time. So I thought we'd do a dedicated video on just how we're going to make a panel for this section here and make it look identical to this section here, which, as you can see, is perfectly scribed in all the way down, and it fits in nice and neat to the edge of this one. Right, so most important thing when you're doing a template is to make sure that the bottom is level with the surface that you're doing. Right, as you can see, we've got a template. The bottom is nice and level. Now what we've done is we have just cut it basically to a rough shape of the edge that we're using. If we were to push this in, it's not going to be the exact shape, but it will be. So we've just cut it basically to the shape that we think is the shape of the actual inner section. Now, here comes the easy bit that many people struggle in. You're going to take your scriber, and Emma's going to do this because she's never done it before, and it'll show you that if you've never done it before, it's really simple and it's dead easy, and you follow these simple instructions. You take your scriber with your wheel on. It mightn't have a wheel, just depends on what you buy. I will leave a link. I will leave a link. I will leave a link to this one in the description. Got it off Amazon, pretty cheap, does the job, bish bash bosh, happy days. Okay, so you take your scriber and you keep it up against the surface that you are going to scribe all the time. You keep this pointed straight, don't angle it up and down, keep it nice and straight, and then you just move it, keeping it touching the piece at the back down the whole length of whatever you are scribing on. So what that will do then is then the pencil will go up against the piece and it'll leave a line. So it'll leave a line on your piece of cardboard which will match this piece here. Another trick when you are scribing as well is the panel that you're going to be using, make sure the panel is long enough because you're going to be cutting pieces off the inside and it'll be getting shorter all the time. So leave the panel longer than what you need it. You can always cut down this edge later on once you've got this edge done, but this edge is the most important. So going to give this to Emma. Emma's going to go in, she's going to hold it on there, and she's going to draw all the way down onto this cardboard, putting this curve onto there. So what Emma's going to do is she's going to hold the scribe against the back wall, and then keeping it in a straight line, she's just going to follow it all down nice and steady and get the same contour as is on the back wall. And the good thing is, if you just come off like that, it doesn't matter. You can just start from where you stopped. It doesn't have to be a continuous line. As long as you get the lines to all match up, it doesn't matter. A lot of people struggle with scribing. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. She's found a hole in the paper. Oh, could be a disaster.
Dun dun dun.
Right, so as you've seen, Emma just went straight down with the scriber. High five for that. Scribe-tastic. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on all your bell notifications and all that fancy jazz. Do it now. No, right now. Thank you. Anyway, right. So you can see it's left a mark right in the corner there. That now is the exact same contour as the back of the van. We're just going to cut it out, then we'll slot this back in, and that will mix perfectly. Now, yes, it's only cardboard, but I prefer to cut the cardboard with a jigsaw. Why, you ask? Well, you can control a jigsaw better than you can control a Stanley knife. And you get near enough the same type of cut as well, but it's in one fluid motion. Yeah, it's cardboard, but get over it. So we're going to cut it out. So as you can see, using the jigsaw, you just get a cleaner cut on the cardboard. And it's a lot quicker than the Stanley knife. Right, as you can see, Emma's board that she scribed out fits absolutely perfect down the edge of the contour of this. And it's flat on the bottom as well, so it's sitting flat and it's sitting flush. Don't forget, you need to allow a little bit more when you can see how much we've cut off. So when you are scribing, make sure you've got enough wood to allow for the piece that you're taking off the end, because it is going to be quite a big chunk of wood, you know what I mean? So we know now that we can transfer this to the ply and we can give it, you know, a couple of inches this end, and then we can go along with the trim router and we can go down here and make this edge all flush to this beam. Right, let's transfer this onto the wood and then bring the wood in. Right, so when you put your actual piece onto your wood, don't forget, make sure the bottom end is flush. Don't try and get the edge flush, don't try and get the back end flush. Make sure this bottom end is flush, that way you know it's going to sit level in the bottom of your pan. Then just mark around it, give yourself a bit of extra space on that side, because the contour's there, you want some more room on the other side. Then get it marked up and get it cut out. Right, so as you can see, that is perfectly scribed into the side. We've marked down this edge, cut this edge off as well, and that's it. Perfect done. All we need to do now is fix this in place. But first of all, we're going to transfer this onto the actual plastic that's going on the inside, the proper stuff. Can't remember what it's called, but it's antibacterial non-COVID plastic. Anyway, that is the simple and easiest way of doing a scribe. It's quick, it's easy, just take your time, make your measurements. Don't forget, when you are scribing down, to keep your scribe nice and straight. Don't go off on an angle, just keep it all the way straight, all the way down, and you will get a perfect scribe like that. Right, did say it was a short video. If you have learned something, leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and install TubeBuddy on your channel. If you got videos and you're making videos and you're doing content, you're a YouTuber. TubeBuddy for the win. Right, go scribe. Whatever you do, do it well. See you soon.